Today we have Sharon Calvert from Ion Tampa Bay with Jim Davison, a candidate for the Hillsborough County Commission. And I only have one question for Jim. Are you out of your mind?
That's exactly what my wife asked me, Lou. And, why is a retired ER physician putting himself in this position? It's not the easiest job in the world. I'm running county-wide, so it's an area the size of Rhode Island with a population bigger than 12 or 13 states. But I've been involved with, for the last 20, 25 years as a community activist for transportation in New Tampa. I've been appointed to numerous boards from the Indian County Healthcare Board, the Emergency Medical Planning Council. I currently serve on the Transportation Planning Organization Citizens Advisory Committee. I've ridden in the ambulances locally. I've ridden in the police cars, been in on drug busts. And so I'm very familiar with county government, and I'm very familiar with the budgets. I'm very familiar with how they've gaslighted and lied to the people, get what they want them to do over the last 20, 25 years. And having all this knowledge and all this data and knowing what's coming down the road, I just felt I had to put myself available to the people of this county and give them a choice. And that's what this election is about. It is a choice between, do we go down the same road we're going down now, or are we going to make a course correction and try to get the taxes under control and the fees under control, the infrastructure put in place, and getting control of the growth that is just helter-skelter.
So welcome, Jim. It's been a while, and our fearless moderator, Lou Green, is also with us. I just wanted to point that out. So Jim, you have a lengthy resume, as you just stated, of your engagement in local issues over the last couple of decades. What do you feel are the most important issues that you would like to address when and if elected?
Well, Sharon, as you've run for office before, and you lived in Hillsborough County. The pothole in front of your house is more important than any other issue. Picking up the garbage on a timely manner. It's getting that water bill or that solid waste bill. But those issues are county-wide, and they all come back to one thing. They all come back to the budget. The Board of County Commissioners really doesn't have control of the budget. Yesterday, they got the FY25 budget delivered to them by the county administrator. And it was a momentous day because now the county budget for Hillsborough County has reached double-digit $1 billion. First time in history. And it's gone up almost $1 billion from last year. And there really is no plan to address the backlog of infrastructure we need and to get ready for the growth that's coming. And if we don't get control of the budget and we don't start to do some innovative ways of getting money and raising revenues without increasing taxes and fees on the people, everyone is going to suffer. And we're not going to be ready for what is coming down the pike. And there's 600,000-700,000 people coming here in the next 25 years. And there's other things that are going on, like the county is going to reach build out in 15 years. And we have to be ready for these things. That's something that hasn't been done over the last 10 to 15 years. And I know that we need to start talking about that and getting ready for that now, or we are going to be having this same conversation 15, 20 years down the road.
And as the budget continues to grow in Hillsborough County, do they plan to have a millage rate cut going into the fiscal year 2025 budget?
No, I'm afraid they're going to do a millage swap, which will drop the county-wide ad valorem tax, the property taxes for everyone in the county, by about 1/10 of a mil. So it'll benefit the city of Tampa, Temple Terrace, and Plant City. but they're going to raise in unincorporated Hillsborough County the unincorporated property taxes by the same amount. So the people in unincorporated Hillsborough County, about 1 million people, they're not going to get any tax relief whatsoever. And I was afraid that was going to happen. They are going to have a CIT tax. They want to put it at the same rate that it was for the last 30 years, for the next 15 years. And that tax did not pay for the infrastructure we needed. The Indigent County Healthcare Fund is now growing by almost $100 million a year. Between that fund and the All for Transportation monies that were collected illegally, they have almost $1 billion taxpayers' money sitting in a bank account doing nothing. That's about 25% of the entire operating budget for the county. And that's what I mean. They just won't, in a timely manner, address these issues. And the people deserve better than that. The people deserve that some transparency and some truth in advertising as to what's going on. And that's what I will bring. And that's why I'm on my third opponent in this race.
That is true. And that kind of comes to the next question. How is the campaign going?
It's going very, very well. Historically, years ago, you had to have tens of thousands of dollars to put out mailers, and that required asking a lot of people for money. And those donations from the elites and the special interest groups in the county, they were never campaign contributions. They were business investments, and they required something to be given back in return. So I made a point of it not to really ask anyone for money. I've had people volunteer money from unions and individuals from $5 and $1,000. And I've put about $35,000 of my own money into this campaign so that I wouldn't be exposed to those kind of choices, that I could be free and independent. And I have put together a campaign that through newspaper, through digital media, through flyers, through knocking on doors, we're reaching almost every voter in the entire Hillsborough County, not only Republicans, but Democrats. And so I'm well prepared to win this primary and to go on and defeat my opponent, whether Republican or Democrat. And I just think that the mood of the people, they're just sick and tired. Everyone is just sick and tired of not having their roads fixed, paying fees, and having their water bill, their solid waste bills. They just keep getting bills that keep getting bigger and bigger. In an era of inflation where more and more people are having a more difficult time just getting by with what they have. And there's a thing called government inflation. Everyone talks about the inflation that the national government has caused, and you pay more for milk and cereal and gas. But there's a government inflation going on here locally, and no one's talking about it. They're certainly not going to bring it up. But I can tell you that the growth in government locally is exceeding the CPI and the commercial inflation around. That has to stop. And I think that's one reason why people are so receptive to my message, that they're just sick and tired of it and they want to go in a different direction. And I think a lot of people feel that with my background, my knowledge, and my character, I'm the guy to do it.
Well, Jim, we appreciate the fact that you are going for the brass ring on this one. It's not easy, but if you just back off a little bit on your screen here, so we can see your shirt. There you go.
You should see the back.
We can revisit this in a couple of weeks and see how it's going, and every couple of weeks from time to time, and post it back up on on Eye on Tampa Bay. Is that right, Sharon?
Absolutely. And right now, mail ballots have just gone out for the primary election, which is August 20th. So I encourage, everyone to get their mail ballot in early, vote early, don't wait till the last day. And Mr. Dr. Jim Davison, you're a doctor, emergency room doctor, I will say, is just one of those outstanding candidates that Hillsborough County needs.
It'll
So
be refreshing to have someone on the Hillsborough County Commission who actually knows something.
right, we need somebody, Hillsborough County needs somebody that understands the budget, and it doesn't take them 4 years of learning to figure it out, or even more.
Yeah, Stacy White, when he endorsed me, said basically the same thing, that I'll be ready to go on day one, and that I was the conservative choice in this race. And Stacy ought to know what he's talking about. He was down there for 8 years and has a legacy and that is well thought of. So I was very honored by having his endorsement.
I don't know what we would have done without him for quite a while on that commission.
It takes somebody standing up when they're taking the arrows, and Dr. Jim Davison has that same fighting attitude that will bring that back to Hillsborough County.
Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Sharon. Thanks for Eye on Tampa Bay, and I can't wait to do this again. Hopefully we'll have some good news.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Thanks
Talk
a
to you
lot, Lou.
soon.
Great.
Thank you.